Look at your parents, your mother's side and your father's side. If there is a history of alcoholism on either side,
right,
chances that you have that gene, and 10 to 50, some studies say 10%, some studies say 15% of a given population have that gene.
Oh man.
Okay? So if you start already, look, if you see you have either on your mother's side, father's side, don't start. Definitely if you see on both sides, don't start.
You get, when you're speaking, I feel like this is just like a generational curse, man. Because, you know, some of us usually imagine that, my kids are going to be good, man. You get, they're not going to drink, but you're forgetting that they could actually take up that habit from you.
Yes, not habit, that gene.
That gene.
The drunkard is the guy with a bad habit. He drinks 4.
Yeah.
But you see, the drunkard still has control. The drunkard will roll his car, sit on the pavement with his suit, say, if this is what 10 beers does, from today I'll take 5, 2, or none. Instant decision, he drank, either bad, either he'll cut down, stop. Instant. No cancelling, no, because his brakes are still working on the trailer.
As opposed to, what's the opposite?
The alcoholic. The brakes, they go, they'll never come back. There's no spare, there's no repairs.
Okay, fine. Then let's talk to that person.
Yes.
Maybe they're listening to us right now.
Yes.
How do they start with their treatment journey? Because I'm sure it's reversible. Is it?
No. It's not reversible.
Okay.
People will come and tell you, oh, you can't just stop like that. You have to reduce gradually. If you could reduce, means your brakes are working. You're not alcoholic.
So,
the main criteria.
So how do you get treatment
is loss of control.
So how do you recover then?
To recover, on a scale of 1 to 100, if you sit down and realize, like when I talk to guys and I share my story, and the guy says, that's what's happening to me. Kumbe, I'm not useless. It's this. What do I need to do? I am now willing to do anything, including going to rehab. 80% of your problem is over.
Correct.
Just by that, you agreeing. Okay? Now, what is the remaining 20%? 10% is you are going to be shown why you cannot drink. Why can't I drink like my brothers? One's an architect in the US with his own company over 30 years. My other brother is a professor traveling all over the world. My sister is a doc. They all drink. My dad used to drink. My mom used to drink. Why can't I drink like them?
Why were you the anomaly?
Yes. The so-called black sheep. Okay? So that is explained to you.
Okay.
The genetic stuff, the what.
That makes sense.
Then the other 10%, how the tools you're going to use when you leave that rehab or whichever program you're doing, outpatient, inpatient, whatever. When you leave, there are places you're going to have to go where people are using alcohol or other drugs you cannot use. In case you get a relapse, what do you do? So you're given the tools to stay sober. Stopping is not an issue. Sometimes I could say I've stopped 10 times in a day. 2 hours later, I'm drinking. So stopping is not a problem. Again, staying stopped is the trick. And so the other 10%, you're given those tools.
That's why you give the analogy of the trailer.
Yes. And then it's a day at a time. This morning where I woke, Kiambu County, God help me just for today not to drink. Midnight, boom. It's just for today. A new day starts. So that's why we say we are sober a day at a time. And that's why you are in recovery. There's no recovered.
How can we talk about addiction as a medical issue, maybe also like a mental health issue, as opposed to a moral failure? Now,
if you had invited another 9 guests here, and we were 10 of us, and you asked the question, what is alcoholism? You would have got 10 different answers. Number one, there are people listening right now and saying, oh, even the WHO said, no, we don't use alcoholism, it's substance use disorder, it's this, it's a mental health issue, you're looking for some deep-seated trauma, maybe my dad used to lock me in a cupboard, maybe my mom made me food, blah, blah, blah. Listen, Charity Ngilu at one time, Mheshimiwa, when she was health minister, tried to change the name of Matara Mental Hospital to Muthaiga something, because they felt it is stigmatizing. Okay? Stigmatizing is not in the name. I'm an alcoholic. End of story. Stop trying to give me some funny labels, being politically correct. Okay? The stigma is not in what you call me. The stigma is in the condition. What you need to destigmatize in this case is alcoholism. We need to show, if you give a wrong definition, that your problem is apples, when it is actually grapes, then people say it doesn't work. Yeah. Treatment doesn't work. Failure rate. Treatment works if you follow the program. It works 100%. Yeah. So I gave you the example of the millions my parents spent trying to get me help. 200 bob a day, pit latrine, you are washing with a basin. These were things I was not used to. And in 14 days, I knew my problem. So am I going to talk about theories? Or am I going to talk about the thing which ended my 27-year drug terrorism career and worked? Where all these other fangled things, I was taken for prayers, free ones, paid for, pastor anakuja kwa nyumba, what, psychologists, psychiatrists, you name it. So I can only, it's a simple thing. We all have a trailer. 10 to 15% of us, depending on which study you are looking at some point, if you continue drinking, the brakes will fail.
Let me ask you something. So obviously, some time back, the former deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua, was very concerned, and he was talking about how there are certain regions in this country that are isolated. You know, this guy, when I say isolated in terms of creating systems that would prevent younger folks, especially from, alcoholism, from this whole drug abuse and that kind of thing. Do you feel, moving forward, right after that statement that he made, as much as it was politicized, do you think the country right now has the right support systems, that would prevent the rise of alcoholism in the country? We just have a long way to go.
We have a long way to go, my friend. We have a long way to go. Alcohol is a drug. Mood-altering drug, selectively capable of causing addiction, the 10 to 15%. You see? This is why I'm not against alcohol. I am against underage drinking, and there are scientific reasons for that, okay? And I am against alcoholics drinking. Why? Because can David Ogot drink? Yes. Can David Ogot drink safely? Never again. No breaks. So 40 foot coming, somebody there saying stop, I'm passing with them, I'm running them over, right. etc. Yeah. So either the only thing which will stop that trailer will probably kill me, or I get off. Okay? So there are two areas in Kenya where specifically the communities have taken to sort out their drug issue. Central Province and Coast. Coast were first with all the heroines, narcotics, blah, blah, blah. And then Central. And why I usually give the example of Central, I say people from Central, nickname was Apere, they don't play with money. They don't play with money. You've got pregnant, this is money. Your spouse. Going to hospital to give birth to your child, money. Going to school, the child is sick, see what. Then you reach some age, 13, 14, some little liquid in a glass wants to mess. Yeah. They don't joke. But what are the programs being done? The definition is wrong. That is why they are not working. The time of Corona, I tried to get President Uhuru. Okay? In fact, on so many shows, I said, and this is on record, you can check, I said, President Uhuru, you used to buy me alcohol. Of course, those days he was not the president, when we were Vijanas. Now I want you to declare alcoholism a national disaster, not other drugs, not narcotics, etc. Yeah. Because if you take only the people having problems with alcohol, whether they're abusing or the alcoholics, only in Nairobi County, okay, this is not scientific, but just a good guesstimate, only the people having a problem with alcohol in Nairobi is more than everybody using narcotics, prescription, all the other drugs. Yeah. Okay? But you look at it, you asked about NACADA, you are quoting statistics, and you read what that acronym means. Campaign Against Alcohol and Drugs. So when we go to schools, kids are telling us, no, me only drink alcohol. And even I used to say I only drink alcohol, and I only smoke cigarettes. I don't take drugs. And those days when because we started Nakada with Kaguzi, former PC, okay? So at some point, I was saying, just add and other.
Yeah.
Into all the things which have been printed, just add those two: tobacco, alcohol, and other.
What about
drugs?
Okay, yeah, so
but we're a long way.
Yeah, definitely. Now, what about, aside from systems and of course government and policy?
Yes.
Workspaces.
Yes.
Schools.
Yes.
The media.
Yes.
You know, you said communities are work, especially in central and coast. Those ones they're a bit intentional.
Yeah, they're intentional. Yeah. But are they doing the right?
Probably not.
Yes. Yeah. What are the results?
Yeah. It's bad. Yeah. So what about workspaces, the media? Do you think these campaigns are taken seriously? Now it's like guys have given up.
No. Me, what I do.
Yeah.
I don't give statistics.
Okay.
Because that grandmother in Shags, who doesn't even know English, never went to school, doesn't mean not that she's stupid. It's just illiterate, not literate. Knows there's a problem because her grandson has blacked out there. So she doesn't want statistics. She knows there's a problem. She lives with that problem every day. What she wants to know, what do I do with this problem? So what I say, and me, that's the way I do. When somebody listens, watches, or reads, you are able to go and sort yourself out. Okay? Because when your person dies, people will tell you, but you didn't know there are rehabs.
Yeah.
But because of stigma, you're hiding. Government will not do for you what they did for Baba.
That's true.
It is you who will bury. Your whole investment from that time that child was born, or your spouse, or your whatever, down the drain.
Yeah.
And if you had not gone for counseling and found out what this thing was, the family will continue to fight. Oh, you're the one who spoiled it. Like my dad used to tell my mom, no, you're the one who has spoiled David Ogot to kiboko him. You are saying, Apana, David is sensitive. So you will fight, and the person you are fighting over has been buried. Yet it is a very simple thing, Kev. Please, anybody who is listening, don't hide your alcoholic because you are ashamed. You are hiding the person. But what I am doing out there, I used to do comedy. I do stand-up comedy. So sometimes there's no money. Can come. And there's a guy, people are throwing coins, bobs. And there's a guy collecting, one of my buddies.
You at Kencom?
Yes. I still do comedy. My stage name Nyamabite, story of another time. Okay?
My God.
So, when it would get to 100 bob, the guy would show me set. 100 bob, that time you'd buy a jig of changa.
Yeah.
So I'd say, show over, see you tomorrow, same time, same place. So the next day, I'm cracking the same jokes, but the crowd is bigger. Many years later, when I got sober, I realized what was happening. People would be there, they go to work, they say, and this is like 6:30 in the morning. Do you know whose son we saw at Kencom? And that time, I'm sleeping out like 30 days. So I look, that blackness which comes on street guys. I'm like that. And my mom's a minister in Gava. My dad's a whatever. Yeah. So guys say, he said he'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hence the bigger crowd. So all you need to know, the breaks have gone. They will never come. So people are seeing me. My parents, I think they're hiding. Everybody's seeing you. You are the last person.
So I'm going to say one thing.
Yes.
So you see how you were okay, fine.
Yes.
So for me, I think there's such a crazy situation going on in this country. I'm not going to mention names.
Yes.
But, we've seen politicians, even some presidents.
Yes.
In public. Outrightly walking drunk and going about their business.
Yes.
Some people have even been hosted on TV shows.
Yes.
At your panelists.
Yes.
They're drunk. And some of them celebrated.
Corona.
You remember?
Corona lockdown.
Yes.
We were arresting from governors.
Correct.
Down.
Correct.
Yes.
So,
and just to say, the T-shirts I've been wearing for 2 years. Before this one, I'm doing 1 year for my dad. They were written, President Uhuru declared alcoholism a disease. If he can get it, I can get it. You can get it.
That was awesome.
And people said, I'll be arrested. And I said, no, I'm saying get it. No, get it that he can understand.
The way you get it.
And I tried to get to State House to launch so that he takes 001.
But you told me you didn't get access to it.
We didn't get it. So it's still there. But we launched it here. In this studio, if you remember.
I remember.
3 years ago.
Yes,
you, Kwambox.
Yes. That was the other story.
Yes.
I was going to say. Right. So I feel like what you're doing is very noble. But, from where I'm seated, my experience with Kenyans, it's almost as if they're never going to quit this thing.
Yes.
Yeah, they've accepted it, that it's a necessary evil.
Yes.
Right? Maybe due to, like you, when we started the conversation, maybe due to the trauma that they're going through, that we're all going through.
Yes.
There's a sense of apathy in this country.
Yes.
But when you drink, you somehow forget your situation.
Yeah.
Am I right?
No, but let me ask you a question. At one point, you don't forget.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay?
Yeah.
At then some point, you'll forget for a while. Then you get sober. Then you drink some more. When the thought, yesterday I did this, I spent the rent, I did, okay? The guilt comes. So how do you black out that guilt? Drink some more.
What's your vision for Kenya when it comes to this campaign against alcoholism? What, in an ideal situation, what would you want to happen?
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Have you ever met alcoholics, yeah?
Of course.
Whether they're relatives, friends, whatever.
Yeah.
Have you ever met a stupid one?
Of course not.
Including the one talking here.
No, I've never.
So, if, you see, when it clicked in my head, in the rehab, 14 days, this is the issue.
Yeah.
So, again, I'm not there for numbers. Because when I left rehab, I left like Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm going to save the world, starting with Kenya. Forgetting what they did to Jesus.
Yes.
Okay, so that didn't work out.
Yeah.
So what we said, I'm sober a day at a time.
Yeah.
I want to get this message. Even if there's 1 million people, 2 million people listening to this program now,
right.
I am not talking to those 2 million people.
Yeah.
I am talking to the one person who I know is going to listen
I like how you
and
put
say,
it.
Bas, kumbe ni hii.
Yeah.
Nino, let me look for this guy.
Yeah.
Look, and I said, rehabs are there. Don't look for me because tomorrow if I die, the help is there.
Correct.
That is the one person I'm talking to. And that one person I'm talking to, I'll give you the late Caleb Angira, who is the guy I met at rehab. We started a drop-in center in Gara Ward 3. It's been running since 2005. Caleb died in 2020 because of corona. He had underlying issues, diabetes, blah, blah, blah. I almost relapsed. I was crying. What am I going to do?
Yeah.
I even said, there's some video clip out there. I was crying, saying there are so many useless people getting awards.
Yeah.
Caleb, literally every rehab here, either I passed through Caleb.
Yeah.
Then guys told me he's run his race. He's passed the baton. You will run yours. So as we say in addiction, alcoholism, use the program, then pass it on. The person you pass it on to will use it, they get sober, pass it on.
What's your word to folks who are really trying to recover? Maybe they have it in their genes, The trailer is downhill.
Yes.
Try to press the brakes in order to.
Yes.
Well, and they're listening to you and they're like, you know what? Honestly, David, I see myself recovered.
Yes.
But it's been years.
In fact, there's a lady who was even, I think, in Italy, and I know she's listening, called me last night at 3 a.m. that everybody has concerned with her again. This lady, we've been trying to help her get sober for, I think, now 7 years. And she said, everybody, now, Dave, I know you're the only one who listens to me. I want we talk so that you explain to these guys. Me, I don't want to quit alcohol. I want, if I'm somewhere and I feel like drinking, I can drink. Because me, this thing, is this the only way that you have to quit? No. Me, I'm sure. Now, this is a lady who's 100% alcoholic, was deported from Italy. Deported because of Keroro, drinking. But I didn't tell her, no. I'm going to meet her, sit with her, and ask her, okay, why do you think you can drink?
Yeah.
Okay, every time you drink, what has happened? Let's go the last time you drank. What happened? The time before. So that, you see, you don't come to somebody and tell them that, you have to, no. Because it's not his journey.
Yeah.
Me, what I'm asking any listener out there, can you give me the privilege of being your guide on the recovery road? Because I know where the mines are. I know where the one-way street is. I know how to read the road signs.
So how can they reach out to you?
So if you are going, somebody gives you that privilege, and you're going very well. Because helping an alcoholic, you take one step forward, 15 backwards. But sooner or later, you are doing more forward than backwards. And then for no reason, the alcoholic tells you, Apana.
Yes.
No, you don't say, no, you are doing so well. But it's not your journey. You say, okay, sit down. Why do you think? No, and he's telling you, let's go back to the beginning. Yes. You don't say, no, we had gone so far. Go back to the beginning. And then ask, why do you think? And that guy fellow will tell you. And then you will reason. And then he says, let's try again.
Let me ask you something.
Yes.
Let me ask you something before you give out your contact details for folks who, would like to work with you. You obviously feel free, isn't it? Yeah, it's almost as if you just got off you've unchained yourself.
Yes.
To somebody who's listening to you right now, maybe they don't have that feeling. They've never experienced what you're going through right now.
Yeah.
You were previously an alcoholic.
Yes,
now
I
you're
still
recovering.
am. Yes.
Yeah, still. Yes. Now you're recovering.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you could put it in words, what does freedom look like to you? Maybe they can actually put themselves in your shoes and hopefully one day also, recover.
Freedom means you're actually free to do the things you want to do. You are free. You wake up, you know where you are.
Yes.
Okay? You don't wake up in bed with a lady, you don't even know if you had sex or not. Okay? And then you are thinking you're in Kirinyaga Road, you are coming out, you are in Nakuru. You have no recollection how you got there.
Damn.
Okay? Freedom is you are able to plan your things. Plan whatever you want to do. You see? I'm a DJ, I'm a film producer, I'm a journalist. Actually, I'm a multiple award-winning journalist. So all the things I love doing, I've put them together. You are free to live. When you are, do people ever wonder why those little kiosks are called wines and spirits? Okay, these people don't advertise. You are doing Mujengo. You've done all that work carrying cements and blocks. Then you go with your pay at the end of the day and you kneel in front of this guy and you tell him, take it. He's not called you. He's not advertised. He's not what. And the next day you are back carrying 50 kilo bags of cement. And in the evening you go and kneel down like you are in the temple.
So what do you think?
Tell him, take it.
You said spirits. When you think it's a spiritual affair?
So people need to think why it is called wines and spirits.
Oh my God!
Because distillation was invented by Arabs, and the word alcohol actually comes from alcohol, which means spirits. What? The way people would behave when they're intoxicated.
Okay.
As if they have been possessed by spirits. So you are not free. If you are an alcoholic who is active or wet, you are a slave. You are not free. I never used to pick up people on Geta. I'm walking on Kenyatta Avenue. I'm seeing you coming. You are saying, Bas, this guy, I lent him 15K. Last month, he's been today. If he's not paid, I'm taking his shoes. Me, my spider sense is tingling. I'm trying to remember Kev, the song. By the time I'm shaking your hand, I've remembered. I'm saying, Kev, God is great. I've just banked a check of 30K, and I had said immediately it's through in 4 days, I must pay you. Then here I am meeting you again. God is great. Even I was planning to pay you with the interest. 2 minutes later, or as they say on social media, a few minutes later, you have lent me another 5K.
Yeah.
You see? So the intelligence, I know which bar not to pass. I have a bill there. Okay? I know, if you are stupid as an alcoholic, you'll not survive. I am not robbing anybody at gunpoint. So, but where is that intelligence going? It is going to get money to drink.
Yeah.
Then I stay drinking as long as possible. Then I recover from the drinking. Then I look. So I'm in a parallel universe. You are waking up to go to work, to buy a plot, build a house, get married, have children. Me, I'm waking up using the same intelligence, probably more, to get alcohol.
I was going to ask you finally, Bede, before I forget. It's very even if you're recovering, it's it's very hard to reverse the damage, isn't it? Especially the physical damage.
So you see, there are people who maybe the liver went.
Yeah.
There are people by the time you are getting sober because you didn't listen to this program, you said, huyo ni mjinga, he drinks stupidly. The same way I used to say when somebody dies, one of our drinking mates, we open the album, the obituaries in the newspaper. We order a drink, pour for the ancestors, but this guy was stupid. I used to tell him, don't ride bikes like that. So you what? So, and I've been riding since 1979. 78 is when I started riding motorcycles to date. So you think you are clever. No, you are not clever. At one point, this thing is going to catch up with you. You didn't listen. And then when you're now in a wheelchair, you are paraplegic from waist down, is when you say, no, I think that guy who spoke on, kitchen with Kev was saying the truth. Or your liver has gone. Or you drank methanol instead of ethanol, you are blind. So if you are listening, or a family member.
Yeah. That one.
A family member.
Yeah.
This is your person.
Yeah.
This is not the government's person. Okay? Though we belong to the government. That's why you are given a logbook called an ID. But it's Republic of Kenya written on top. If you have your guy, this fellow is alcoholic. Do not be cheated. It is something else. His trailer, the brakes have failed. They will never come back. Treatment is there. This is a disease. The drunkard sorts himself out. The drunkard is controlled.
David, I'm going to have to cut you short.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if this guy dies, it's on you.
Yeah.
The family guy. Because it's the family guy who is easier for you to see.
Yeah.
But even sometimes the family is also in denial.
It's true.
So it's the family is easier for you to see and look for help. How do we get this guy to come out of that glass cage he's in, which is bomb-proof, bulletproof, everything proof?
Yeah.
We cannot get in and because the key is in his pocket.
I like how you put it,
Yes.
man. So, for me, what that means is, if you have a family member who's an alcoholic, it is your responsibility.
Yes.
To get them off that.
Yeah. Stop wasting money on all these things.
Yeah.
And by the way, you'll end up with ulcers, blood pressure, stroke, etc. And then tomorrow, the guy gets sober. Then he's left you with ulcers, stroke.
Oh, no.
Or you've died.
Oh, no.
Because of pressure.
So, David.
Yes.
Give out your contact details.
Okay.
For guys who want to engage in this campaign, NAM.
Google David Ogot.
Yeah.
Or National Alcohol Awareness Month Kenya, or 0726 00 5824 0726 00 5824. Yeah.
Good stuff, man. What's your final word to folks who are going through this menace? Yeah. What would you tell them?
Today is the first day of the rest of your life. Alcoholism is treatable. Okay? This stigma, that's the real disease. Treat it. Just light it, set it aflame.
Yeah, stop feeling ashamed,
Yes.
man. Yeah, get up there.
Everybody's seeing what your guy is doing.
Exactly.
Everybody knows. In fact, you were probably the last guy to know.
I know.
Yeah.
Man. David, you have to respect you, man. It's not easy. Kwanza when you're spreading this message in Kenya, of all countries.
but there are so many guys.
Yeah, but you're getting a lot of support, isn't it? Yeah.
There are so you see, like this one.
Yeah.
We're doing, even you, I want you on board.
Yeah.
Others, media guys.
Yeah.
That's different. I've got 2 governors already coming in to do the poster thing. So I'm saying, whether you'll go and talk in a church, whether you just talk to one person, your neighbor, or like Kev, you have a platform going to millions, just let's talk.
Yeah, it's true.
You put on your social media, come get our posters, share them.
No, I mean this thing.
But just talk to somebody.
Yeah.
Talk to tell them this thing is a disease. If that crazy guy or God could get sober, why can't you?
Why can't I?
Yeah.
I like that. Thanks a lot, Dave. That is Dave Ogot.
Thanks for having me.
We were talking about the National Alcohol Awareness Month. It's the 22nd edition, and the theme has been, or is still, alcoholism is treatable, stigma is the real disease. Good stuff. 8:15, we're coming back with more stories right now.